Hey, welcome back. I'm Chris. Got a new guest on today. His name's Shawn. One of the big things that we promote is better every day. Finances, relationships, fitness, health. And Shawn, I'll let him introduce himself right away, is a big proponent. Let's use smaller words. He's all about the healthier lifestyle. So I'm going to throw it to my guest. Shawn, tell these people who you are, why you're here, and what you do.
All right. So yes, my name is Shawn Raymond. I am the proud owner and operator of ShawnRTraining. I have been in the health and wellness training realm for about 6 years, and it's been a journey getting through it and coming to this point where I feel like I can bring a podcast to life and I can share some of the expertise that I've gained over the years through the different certifications and the things that I've learned from just talking to people and listening to their stories, hearing their struggles, and coming up with ways to make them healthier, make them better, and just help them be a little bit healthier and better one day at a time or one session at a time, and just kind of be that cheerleader for some people.
Awesome. He's usually more animated than this. He's keeping it a little quieter because I'm bringing the energy down because you know me, I'm monotone. This guy's got so much energy. He makes you want to work out just listening to him. So he'll I think this is his first or second podcast.
Yep.
So he'll really shine in a few minutes when he gets talking about the kind of stuff that gets you excited and why you get up during the day. So I'm not going to actually be doing too much talking. I'm going to interrupt him when I feel like I need to add something. But this is so... I don't know the proper way to break into this because people who are... I don't want to say the fitness lifestyle because we're not talking about extremists, elitist, people who think highly of themselves because they do this type of workout. Oh, I do CrossFit, I do yoga, I do calisthenics. And everybody's looking for an elite title to make themselves like a self-righteous, I'm better because I do this type of workout. No, if you do anything physical... you're better than you were when you woke up.
Literally.
So, you know me, I don't like the word motivation.
Yep.
But let's start with just the benefits of not living the sedate life and adding activity. Please, because hearing it from me, apparently I don't get the message. People don't like the way I deliver my message. So how about you deliver it in the way that you're more people orientated? Please deliver the message on why it's so important.
Oh, I love that.
Go ahead.
So I feel like the way that you deliver the message is sometimes how I wish that I could deliver the message. So I always like to be as authentic as I can be. And as people get to know me, I do become that raw and I do become that authentic, but I do it with a smile and I do it with a little bit of a positive lift to it. So I think the best part about the way that I try and carry my message through is that if you do more than just sitting through your day job, sitting through your evenings, watching TV, enjoying the simple things of life, because we all need to enjoy those simple things of life. But if you can get up and enjoy those things with movement, because movement is medicine, that is what breaks people into being better. The best thing about movement is it's free in every way, shape, and form in anyone's life. And there's going to be limiting factors for every different person, every different individual, relationship, family will have different obstacles to overcome to get that movement, to get that medicine. But there's always ways to strategically plan how to do that. And that's what I love about my job is when people feel like they don't know what to do. Shawn, how do I lose the weight? How do I become healthier? I want to run more with my kids. I don't want to feel winded taking laundry up the stairs. It's all about me teaching functional patterns disguised as play or movement or posture cues so that people feel like they're getting the benefit.
I love that you didn't say anything about six packs. Nope. Like you got to have a shredded body right away. No, I'll be completely honest. Those are not the healthiest bodies.
Nope.
For some reason, there's this distorted image that if you're not 5% body fat, that you're not winning at the fitness game. And I don't think people understand. Like, I'm not even going to get into the performance enhancing substances and stuff like that.
Forever.
Exactly. To maintain those bodies is not healthy at all. Like a male body.
Yep.
let's just be honest. For us to be our most efficient, we should be sitting between 8 and 14%.
Yep.
Women should not be under 10%. Like a female's body functions actually start limiting themselves when they drop below that 12 to 14%.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's hard for women to get pregnant.
Yes,
it's hard
the hormones.
For them. Yes, the hormone regulation.
Like everything.
But Instagram is bombarding
Idolize
you,
it.
yes, with these bodies that are... You're putting more stress on your body to try and look perfect than you would just trying to be healthy.
Yes.
So I love the fact that you didn't even bring up being shredded.
No. And the thing that I always get told is, I just want to be skinny. I need that bikini body before I go on vacation. I'm like, hang on. So is your goal actually just to look skinny, in no way, shape, and form have quality of life, health, have more energy, all those things? Because if you want to lose weight, I will make you lose weight. But
you won't like it.
Exactly. You are not going to enjoy it. You're not going to want to do it. And you're going to bitch the whole fucking time.
Yes.
So no matter what way you put it, you have to just move your body more. So my message is move your body more, and I would rather use body weight. I'd rather do push-ups. When I sat down in the table this afternoon, I was like, damn, Chris, looks like you've been doing good in the gym. I automatically assumed he was in the gym because the last time that I saw him, he had a different body figure and he's toned up. He's filled
fatter.
in.
Just say it. He's super politically correct because you're not allowed to say it anymore. And I mentioned it in the other videos. He would have saw me any time else. Yes, I was heavier before. I don't want to be heavy.
3 C's. That's what we're going to say.
Exactly. Thick with 3 C's. But it's not acceptable for men to be like that. But we're not even going to get into that.
So yes, definitely movement is medicine, and just doing a little bit more. So a lot of people will come and say things like, I don't know how to do more in the evening. I'm already so tired and so exhausted. So what I'll say then is, do you have to do activity in the evening, or are you actually someone that would benefit from doing something in the morning? Most people will instantly then say, no, I'm not a morning person. So then you instantly cancel out the morning. Now you know that it is a responsibility of yourself to move your body when you're done the end of the day. So I'm not trying to trick people to become morning people. I'm trying to get them to understand that if you're telling me you're not a morning person, you now understand the responsibility you've placed upon yourself to do the movement after work at the end of the day, regardless of how many excuses you give yourself and how many times you lie to me.
Thank you for using that word. It's not a reason. If you're going to give an example of why you can't be healthier, that's not a reason. That's an excuse. What is more important than being healthy?
There's nothing more important than being healthy. And I think the biggest thing that I can take away from everything that I've learned in life is that if you want to be here and live your happiest, most authentic life, you need to take care of the body that you're in. If the body that you're in doesn't represent the things that you want to do day to day, if you want to go kayaking, if you say that you want to go for a walk with your kids, but you can't do that because you aren't being healthy, you're not taking care of yourself, and you're lying to yourself, telling yourself that you can do these things and eat this way and not move your body, I will definitely help you get to where you want to be, but
we're not 20 anymore. You know, the earlier you do it, the better, because what you could do at 20 or 25, I'll tell you right now, you don't do in your 30s easily at all, even as much as dropping weight. Tried going wall climbing. That was... Ooh.
And I even had that reaction too, because even 6 years ago when I was in N.A.I.T to become a personal fitness trainer, that was my mentality. I was like, I can do everything. I'm going to do 2 workouts a day, and I'm a 9-round kickboxing trainer.
3 hours sleep. It don't matter. It don't matter. Rack it up. Let's do it. I don't care. I don't need knees. Let's just put 5 plates on the squat rack. We're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah,
it was a thing. It was a thing. Yeah. Now, when I go to the gym, people are like, oh yeah, you're working out. I'm like, yeah. And the number one thing that I get every single time is, I thought that you would do a lot more weight because you look really, really strong. I don't need the weight because I'm trying to recruit everything in my body to give me the best return of investment. Who cares if you can lift a 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 pound dumbbell if your body's not actually engaged in doing it with reason and intention and purpose? Yeah. So I would rather teach you how to use your body at your body weight rather than you get to a point where you are physically hurting and injuring your body because you're trying to justify the fact that you can do more weight. Just do more push-ups.
Yeah, exactly. And people, and this is where injuries come in, because people don't worry about form when they're going for, say, a max weight lift. Oh, look at me, I got my bench press up to 4 plates. People don't know what that means. It's how many plates on either side of the barbell.
Yep.
So 405 pound bench press.
So much better at math.
What do you call it? The technique goes out the window.
Yep.
These back arches where they're actually standing on the bench to turn a flat bench into a decline because that makes it easier. And then they're calling that their personal best.
Yep.
That's cheating. It's
no one in
the world that would consider bench press would ever say that you successfully did 405. Drop it to 225, put your back on there, engage your chest, and pump out 24 of them. There's a workout.
And the amount of blood flow that you'll feel,
God,
like you will
like,
cry
you're
for
God
days.
walking
Like,
to the you actually feel stupid, like you don't gotta do the walk to the water cooler, and you're like, hey, can you press the button for me? But then the next day, you fall out of bed.
You literally can't push yourself up, but hey, it's worth it.
Absolutely, because man, I can tell people that I did 4 plates or 5 plates, and I hated that stuff so bad. Quick shout out though, again, we're over at Central.
Hello,
These guys are
Central.
awesome.
Yes.
The sign, everything just makes sense here. It's such a beautiful
everything.
Yeah, and then they're going to feed us, and they actually have a lot of healthy food on the menu, so we can not only talk the talk, but we can eat the talk too.
And I think the best thing about healthy food is every time someone says healthy food, they're like, oh, they're going to eat salads, they're going to eat vegetables.
Yeah, have you seen me eat a salad? Let's be honest.
It's a balance. It's nutrition. It's a holistic approach. You need to have some carbs, some protein, and some fats. That's just basic.
I know we're not going into dieting, but you please tell people how important it is to eat carbs. I'm really okay. There's this again. We never want a gray area. Anyways, we want to demonize something. Carbs isn't just potato chips.
No.
Have you ever picked up a sweet potato? The amount of energy in that thing.
Oh my goodness, you would be fueled for an entire day if you could eat a sweet potato. And you could have sweet potato for breakfast and for lunch and for dinner.
And we're not pushing an agenda like veganism, vegetarianism, or keto. We're just telling you that this demonization of carbs came from eating a bowl of pasta or going into a bag of Doritos at 11 o'clock at night, and you wake up, your skin's terrible, you're holding water and all that kind of crap. If you're actually training, one of the meals that I would have at bedtime, or I'll wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, is I would actually be eating rice, sweet potatoes, and protein.
Thank you, the protein. So I think the biggest thing about the carbs is carbs are not bad. Your body needs carbs to metabolize. There are individuals, and I'm going to say it, that do operate off of a keto lifestyle, and they find success there. But it's a transition into that lifestyle, and if that's something you want to do, consult a professional for it. Don't just do an Instagram thing, do it for real. Now, when you're looking at carbs and a holistic approach, you need to have whole grains, you need to be able to have dietary fiber, you need to be able to have your body metabolize this stuff, because your body will operate off of carbs in the purest, most easiest way to access energy. If you don't have carbs, and I'm not talking the chips, I'm not talking the pasta, I'm talking the bread, the potatoes, the simple ingredients that you just need from the around the aisle shelf of the grocery store, nothing in the main aisles, no box mashed potatoes, no, like, oh my goodness, some of that stuff is so bad. And here's the other thing, there's always balance. So you know what, a couple of times a month, maybe you do have that box stuff because it's easier, it's cheaper, it's way more convenient, but you find the balance, and every once in a while you go and you get the actual potatoes, the sweet potatoes and stuff. Carbs are not bad. Your body needs it to find the energy for you to just exist. Without carbs, you're going to feel lethargic, you're going to have headaches, you're going to feel like you don't have the energy to do the simple things in life. Carbs are your friend in moderation, and if you have already a carb heavy diet, you don't add carbs at the end of the night and shovel your face full with chips and easy accessible carbs.
Because that's what happens. Your brain just gets so, I don't enjoy life, and then you binge. Instead of having you can literally eat ice cream in the morning. Because it's timing. If you're on a schedule where you're awake during the day, you can literally eat a bowl of ice cream in the morning and lose weight. The problem with a sedate lifestyle is those people that they try to diet all day, eat a salad, cut their calories, but at the end of the day they're just like, and then they go open that bag of chip and they eat the family-sized bag.
Every time.
Yes.
And no one does the serving sizes. Like a serving size of chips is like less than my hands open here. Like it's such a small serving that I don't think a lot of people understand portion size and control. So when you're thinking about carbs, best thing to do is close your fist, make a fist, and that's the serving that you want to have. It's the easiest way for you to understand what carbs are. So even if it's chips or pasta or any sandwiches, and I'm going to go into the bread topic. White bread is your worst enemy. There is no nutritious fiber in white bread.
I'm offended.
I don't give a shit.
But even that, I don't eat white bread. I'm Italian and I don't eat white bread.
See?
If it's not some type, and it's not because I'm going to go to some holistic hippie. You don't have to go to that type
don't
of
go
store.
to that spectrum.
Just exactly.
Find
you don't have to
something
go
better
all
than
the way
just
over
white
here.
bread. Just something better.
Go get some rye, something like that, and don't be eating it 15 times a day. Don't put it in every meal, but once a day. Good whole grains is fine. But you know what? Let's get back off that. We're going to do an entire dietary segment.
Yes,
and again,
we'll
the word diet does not mean restricting calories. Your diet is what you eat. Whether you're a wolf, whether you're a human, a giraffe, your diet is what you eat. It does not mean restricting calories.
No.
You can customize a diet for weight loss or bulking, but don't think the word diet means, oh God, die with a T.
Yeah.
No, that
or just change the word of diet to lifestyle, or diet to meal plan, or diet to whatever it is. But it's not a diet in terms of you eating less.
Yeah, I have to hurt myself. Let's get back to your next topic for
yes, we're gonna
what
go
you
over
do for people, because you get amazing results, and I know it's like for me, like look at how much the energy is. Do you usually see me this animated? It's always good to have guests like this on, because when you start building off the energy. But this is what this man does in his facility, is he gets people wanting to work out. They're excited to do better for themselves. So instead of me blowing smoke up your ass, why don't you tell me what it is you do for people when they come in and you have your session? What is your goal? How do you take them to the next step? Or, get into whatever you want to say, because I find it amazing. So many people see results from you, but not from a lot of other people. Mm-hmm. Why?
I think the easiest way for me to answer that is I'm improving quality of life. That's the first thing. I want your life to be better than it was yesterday before you knew who I was. If you can have a 60-minute interaction with me and walk away feeling like, you know what, I actually do have control of my life, and I can have control of my eating, and I can have control of my body, those are the things that I pride myself on helping other people establish within themselves. So yes, it's a fixer trait that I've recognized in myself, but it's coming from a place of I want there to be better humans in this world to make the world a better place. So improving quality of life is the easiest thing that I can say. Now, as much as I am a trainer, quote unquote, the best thing, or the best way that I can describe myself, is a personal health and wellness trainer. I'm going to take a look at 3 aspects of your life: your physical fitness, your emotional well-being, and then life circumstances. I'm not just going to ask you, yes, you want to lose weight? Okay, everyone wants to lose weight, and anyone that doesn't want to lose weight is not eating enough in that regard, most of the time. So what I will say is, you usually have to have your life improve for you to actually feel better. So it doesn't matter if I kick your ass for 1 session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions a week. If everything else in your life is complete trash, you're not going to be able to put out the fire if the entire trash bin's on fire and I'm only pouring water from a cup on the dumpster. It's not going to fucking work. So you got to take it from a wider perspective. So every time that someone comes in for a consultation, I'm asking questions of, tell me your story, tell me about your life, what's going on. And they're like, whoa, I thought you were going to ask me how many push-ups
I'm going to interrupt here real quick. Do you see what he's saying here? Let's say, program that you're going to put this person on, mm-hmm. It is so irresponsible of that person to think that they can just go tell someone else, do exactly what I'm doing because I saw results. No, this is where failure comes from. He's personalizing it for you. The next person doesn't have the same amount of free time. Maybe they don't have kids. Maybe they don't have the same budget to buy the same kind of foods. You can't just say, well, he told me to do these exercises. That doesn't make you healthier. If, like you said, these 2 fires are different sizes. So mm-hmm. Why would you apply the same theory or the same program just to try and save a few bucks? No, you're paying for the knowledge, not the technique. The technique comes later when you get into a motion or an exercise. They'll correct it for you, but it's not the same for everybody. And I really wish people understood that. You can't just take an online, sure, the online trainer may got an 8-pack.
They look shredded. They're doing great, but
they're selling you so they have a better lifestyle.
Yep.
They have no idea what you're going through.
You are just another $100 a month that they are taking. That is literally what it boils down to. And I hate that. When people cancel or reschedule on me, it's not about me not having that time with them or me not making the money. I wish I could do what I did for free, but I can't. Mm-hmm. So I am more hurt at the fact of, whatever came up, I hope that it's something important enough for you to not be held accountable to everything that you told me you want me to hold you to. Because every time someone falls off for 1 week, I have to play catch up with them to get them back to where they were that last week. Now,
imagine if it was a hangover that kept them out of the day that they were supposed to be physically better. Because a hangover is mental, it's physical, and like, I don't know, I never go into the spiritual side of things, but if you are depressed today, what put you there? Because chemical, like alcohol-induced comas the next day, that's on you. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it's on you, because it's easier to say, oh, my friends went and got me screwed up, or I was having a bad day, so I needed to. There's nothing. I haven't felt better. Like, I don't go to the gym anymore. I do everything at home.
Yep.
But I've never not felt better after. Like, when we were shooting out at the lake, I was in a really pissy mood because I had to talk to someone all the way out on the lake, and I told Mac, I said, before we start shooting, I got to drop and do some push-ups, because if I'm still thinking about the shit that I was thinking about in the car, my message is going to come across. It's going to be uglier than it needs to be, because I'm holding on to something, and that's not your problem to listen to what my problems were. But if I created it and then didn't solve it, I'm ruining everything from then forward.
There you go.
So when you skip a program that's been set out specifically for you, you're holding you back. They want you to win. You're putting obstacles in the way.
And like, literally the way that you said it, you knew, and I'm going to call you on it. It's your third eye. It's your intention. It's your gut feeling. You knew you needed to do those push-ups. If everyone could connect with that feeling of, fuck, I'm fucking pissed, I need something to fucking punch, go do 30 push-ups. You know what? Go scream as loud as you need to in your bathroom or into a pillow. Do something to get rid of whatever is that thing in the back of your fucking mind. Get rid of it, then focus on the next thing. If you can find a way to healthily release that, do it. Yes, punching is usually what I do, and my left hand's kind of fucked up from that, but you find your outlets. You find your soothers. You find the pacifiers of life that help you go through it.
He doesn't mean a wall. He's got punching bags at his
Thank you.
at his facility. He does it in a way that no one's getting hurt other than maybe a few knuckles.
Yes, that's definitely happened. And
because these look like this from not choosing the right things to punch. Okay, that's years of abuse.
Yeah, so when you take care of yourself and you work on yourself, then you become the human you are now, which brings people like this into the circle, because I vibe with people that have done the work for themselves. So when people come to me and say that they want to do better, I'm not just going to ask you how much weight you want to lose. I'm going to ask you about your quality of life. I want you to have a happier, more fulfilling quality of life every single week, and I don't want it to be something that you just have to show up to. Yes, everyone's going to say that when they have to get there, but the benefit that you'll walk away from won't just be that you're slightly sweaty or that you're incredibly sore or that you did a vision board. It's because you did something to make yourself better. So that's my job.
This wasn't something I was intending on putting into this conversation, but because you were talking about losing weight, I do want to get into how important it is, if you're on these programs, stay off the scale. A scale is irrelevant, okay?
And a regular scale is irrelevant.
Oh my gosh.
A regular
you're lucky
scale.
if they're within 6% accuracy, which means if you're 100 pounds, that scale could deviate 6 pounds. So why would you say I'm not successful because you the scale isn't moving in the right direction? Do you have any idea how much water you'll retain just from the first time you do an exercise? Your body's like, okay, absorb everything you can and hold on to it because you just went through physical trauma. We need this.
Yes.
And you can hold that for up to 2-3 weeks. You ever notice when you start back into a program, you're sore for 2-3 weeks just from doing it. Your body's going to hold whatever it can. Yes, you may see scale loss because you're drinking more water, more salt is coming out from the old crappy diet. The scale means absolutely nothing. You take a picture day 1, take a picture on day 7. That tells you success, not the scale. What else can you add to that? Because I'm the one thing when I would help people is they were so stuck on the scale. If you're not fighting or competing where the scale determines whether you make a weight class, why do you even have a scale?
That's the best way. Yeah. So a regular scale will just tell you how much physical mass you take up on this world with gravity applied to your being. It doesn't determine your value in this lifetime. So fucking get over it. Second thing is when you...
I'm going to have cameraman Mac insert a picture here because the weight that I was at in this picture, I don't know where he's going to put it, probably about right here. When I talked to a doctor, because I was cutting for a fight, because I'm 5'9", that picture, that'll be probably right around here, the doctor told me I was obese because of my weight for my height and those bullshit BMI charts. So I'm going to let you look at this picture. Maybe we'll put up 2 or 3. And you tell me, this is a professional doctor telling me these things, what scale weights have anything to do with it. So, sorry, I didn't mean to drop, but
all good.
I'm going to show people what an obese 192 pounds looked like.
And that's the thing, is if you don't know how much muscle mass you have, you don't know if you're hydrated or dehydrated, if you don't know how much bone density you have, if you don't know all of the little things that build up how much you weigh, you're not 160 pounds of fat. You're not 200 pounds of fat. You're not 240, 300, 400. It's not just fat. You are a strong individual with bones, ligaments, muscles that are activated and are strong.
We're both males.
Yep. But completely different builds, completely different.
Yes, like I can't buy a normal watch that fits on my wrist. My bone, we could be the same weight, but I would have 30 pounds in that calculation just in bone over a different person.
Yes.
So why are you comparing yourself to your online favorite person, or whether they have curves or how their BMI, or why would you possibly put yourself up against anyone other than yourself to improve?
On that point, start talking to yourself in the mirror. You cannot lie to that bitch.
God,
you cannot lie to that bitch in the mirror. I will tell you that right now. Every time I look at myself in the camera, and I think that's why I've become who I am so rapidly in life. I think one thing that I'm not afraid to say is I feel like I've found my jive with who I am. And I remember 6 years ago on a cruise ship, a lady said, you know what, Shawn, I've never been on a cruise ship like this before. I've never had an experience that not only made me physically better, but spiritually and holistically a better human coming off of a cruise ship. You've gained another angel wing for your feathers. I was like, girl, you on some spiritual shit, but I will take that. You have to take care of your being and understand that your mass is a buildup of so many other things. So until you have a smart scale, and I'm going to put a plug, my Renfo plug scale, you're going to click on this link and it's going to tell you more than just how much mass you take up on this world. It will tell you how hydrated you are, which by the way should be about 60 to 70%.
Wow.
Most of the clients that I've worked with, and I'm going to throw it out there because all of my clients know that they have become better because of how much water they are drinking now, are only drinking about a bottle of water a day. And this is a very large bottle of water. Most people are drinking half of this a day. So if you're drinking half of that a day, you need to drink 3.7 liters of water minimum. That's about 2 of these giant ones, okay? Yeah. So I really want it to be understood that you need more details instead of just, oh, I weigh 160 pounds. Yeah, you're probably 100 pounds of muscle at least, or somewhere around there, depending on your size.
Lean body mass.
Yes,
you know,
lean
tissues,
body mass.
Bone,
tissues, yes.
Muscle, all that kind of stuff. It's numbers are irrelevant. How do you look?
Yes, and how do you feel?
Oh, that's the big one. You, within a week of training again, you always feel better. It's like you wake up in the morning. Okay, I'm going to go a little too much information, but when you're drinking enough water, eating properly, a man wakes up, let's just say, harder in the morning.
It's a good side effect. It's a healthy side effect.
But this is just it. Most people don't know that things like ED are dehydration.
Literally.
You notice your shit doesn't work when you drink too much? Why? Because you're dehydrated. If you just drank more water, you don't need to go to the doctor and get pills. People don't get that. Most men, it's dehydration.
Yes,
and I must imagine that it's the same thing if a female's dehydrated. Maybe she's not in the mood.
Exactly.
Why don't you just drink water instead of going and grabbing pharmaceuticals?
That are still going to dehydrate you even more and then give you the side effects.
That is the truth. Then now you got kidney and...
Literally. So like I honestly think that the thing is not just I need to lose weight, it's how can we make you healthier? How can we make you more hydrated? How can you understand that you are already of quality as who you are, but how do we make you just a little bit better? Whether you need to focus on your financial health, or whether you need to focus on your physical body or your emotional body or whatever that is, I will always tie it back to physical, but I will always help you improve in the areas that you need to. And that's why I do what I do in person. That's why it's such a struggle for me to do it online, because how do you make that personal connection and hold that person accountable to the things that they are so scared to tell anyone else? When you get someone to tell you, yeah, I know that I need to lose this weight and I know that I can't lie to myself anymore and I need you to hold me accountable, for me to not then hold that person accountable is utter bullshit. So I can't do that in an online platform because I can't check in on more than about 50, 60, 70 people a month. Like there's a cap. There's a cap where you have to put yourself at.
You're not giving them the responsible end of you if you're just skimming through them. That's not being responsible of someone.
Do your best.
Exactly.
Do your fucking best.
And nowhere is he saying in here that you have to be working out. If you like who you are, he's not judging any body images. He's saying the people that come to him for a change. You don't have to. Everybody is, if you look in the mirror and you're happy with what you have, that is the ideal person.
Yep.
But if you find that it's not, this is when someone like Shawn can change your life with just a conversation. Hey, like I said, he's more animated than I am.
So I think the next topic that I want to move into is actually training. Okay, so you've already said it once or twice, but workouts don't have to be gym. They don't have to be bike sessions. They don't have to be swimming. They can be any and all of it.
Yes.
So like moving your body with intention is going to be the biggest thing. Now, I'm going to break it into the gym aspect because I have quite a few people in the gym world right now that are requesting, I want to do more stuff in the gym. So when you go to the gym, 3 basic things. Are you training for strength to be stronger? Are you training to change the definition of your body and change the way that your body looks? Or are you trying to just overall improve your quality of life? Strength, hypertrophy, and endurance. Endurance will improve your cardiovascular health. It will make you probably lose more weight rapidly, most cases. When you do hypertrophy, you're going for the definition, you're going for the look, you're trying to reshape the body, you're trying to get a different look from the frame that you have at that current moment. When you are telling someone that you want to be stronger, you are going for the strength improvements. When you do strength, you're doing anywhere between 4 to about 8-10 reps, and ideally 6 to 8. When you're talking about, I want to change the definition of my body, I want to have my shoulders bigger and I want my lats to fill in, or I want to see my quads, that's going to be your 12 to 15 reps ideally. Then when you're saying, Shawn, I just need to get my laundry up and down those stairs. First, I'm going to do some squats because those quads need to be strengthened. And then it's going to come down to how your heart, your lungs, and everything actually works together.
And none of these things are more valuable information than anything else. Each of these steps that he's mentioned, you're better the next day for having done it. So it doesn't matter if you're trying to step on a stage or go up the stairs without pain or being out of breath. Both of these make your life better.
Yes.
Neither is greater. Anytime you're better, you are greater.
Yep. And that is the best thing. Anytime you are better, you are greater, because you don't have to bullshit. You don't have to say, I have to get to 10 pounds down, or I have to bring my water up, or I must be able to pay off these bills. Do better. My goals for the year are a new vision board. I have goals of getting a new car. I have goals of paying off all of my debt. I want my business to not have any tags behind me. I want to be completely clear for 2024, 2025. So I know what I need to do. And if I can do 1% better to that, even if that's paying an extra $5 off on a loan, that is better than just the minimum requirement of what I needed before. So
and it's a win.
Yes,
you feel better every time you win. You don't have to win the Stanley Cup to have won something. Hey, I made it through today. I didn't feel like getting out of bed this morning, but I did, and guess what? I met a new person. I had a great cup of coffee. I sat down with a friend who needed some help. Everything is a win if you attempted it. It may not have been the desired result, but you don't even know what the actual result of an action is until much later down the line. I've never seen someone lose 10 pounds without losing one first.
Exactly. You have to take the first fucking step.
Win? Exactly.
And I like the way that you said it there. At one point you said, if you weren't feeling good, you went out and helped someone. The number one thing that you can do as a human to make yourself feel better is to help someone else feel better. So whether that is you quite simply texting a friend that you haven't texted in a month or 3 months or 6 months or a year, because life happens like that.
Yes.
If you can reach out to that friend and openly just say, you know what, it's been a long time since I've texted you. I really wanted to reach out and just say, hey, let's catch up, but I just needed to send you some good vibes. That person, whether they respond or not, you have sent positive vibrations out. The universe will in turn bring it back to you, usually tenfold. Whether it's immediate or the next day or the next week, you doing good onto others brings good back onto yourself. And
then
Chris,
you feel like working out and shit like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it starts out with a small spark. Like,
yes.
Oh, I'm going to go shovel the driveway. And then you're like, oh man, I feel good. Maybe I should go to the gym. It's a cold day, but you know what? I'm already outside. Let's go to the gym. Or just continue. You put the shovel down, walk around the block. Boom. Now you have 20 minutes of exercise instead of potentially picking up that bag of chips and watching a movie all night. All it was this was not the Stanley Cup or the Super Bowl. This was 20 minutes of positive versus 20 more minutes of negative. That's actually 40 minutes of benefit.
Yes.
Wow.
So
it's that easy.
It's that simple. When you do think about going to a trainer or to a health practitioner, make sure that you're going in knowing what it is. Are you going for strength? Are you going for quality of life? Are you going for endurance? What are you going for? Because that trainer's job is to, or that health practitioner's job is to work in a modality that doesn't cause pain, doesn't make you feel shitty, doesn't make you hate your life. You need to be able to move your body. Yes, every week I put every single one of my clients through a fucking finisher, and I love it. And that's okay, because I want you to feel the strength that your body has for a couple of days after. So whether the session itself was a little bit easier, but the finisher killed you, or you know what, maybe the workout was intense, so we didn't do a finisher. Always challenge yourself at one point in the day. Do the hardest thing first. For some people, that's making your fucking bed. Yeah. Make your bed. Do the hardest thing first and see how your life changes. Do it for 7 days and see what happens.
And it's interesting because the stuff that we don't like doing, or the pain that comes out of, say, physical activity, for the first few weeks, we find it a nuisance.
Yep.
Then you start craving it, and you want the more exhausting exercise. You want to challenge yourself more. You want to add more weight, do 2 more reps, whatever it is. You find yourself getting in a habit of enjoying success. And the pain is almost like the rite of passage to success. So, you know, if you're feeling, instead of a lot of people, when they feel pain, they quickly cover up. They put the shell on, they put the blanket on. I don't like feeling this. When your body starts and your mind starts realizing that pain equals future results, you look for it in everything you're doing. Well, I didn't hurt after this workout. What did I do today? I did legs. Okay, well, I'm going to make a little note that in 5 days from now when I do legs again, no, we're busting out 4 more reps on every exercise. Then the pain comes back and you're like, there we go. I know I'm going to have growth. You look for the pain. Any form of success. A CEO didn't get to be CEO by putting in the same 8 hours that everybody else did. The average CEO in North America does 14.8 hours a day, 7 days a week. They know what it felt like. They know that they're not succeeding unless, you know, there's some type of, I don't want to call it deterrent, but some type of challenge to overcome. Same thing in the physical world.
Yep.
You know you didn't have a good workout unless it hurts. You have to eat right afterwards, and you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I went a little too far, or that one's just perfect. But you know, if you get yourself in that routine, you know that the pain equals results, and not pain of being stupid and doing it without technique. There's a different pain, that intramuscle pain. Not joint pain, the muscle pain. It's hard to explain. If you've done it, you know.
Yep.
If you haven't,
And that's why we try new things as humans too. So you always have to expand your horizons.
Yes.
So if someone is with me for a month or 2 and we've done the strength cycle, I'm going to change things up, and maybe we're going to focus on stability, or you know maybe you're a little bit dense when it comes to coordination. So we're going to work on coordination. It really depends on the things that you need for your life. So the simple things make the big thing of life that much more fulfilling, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. You want to tackle everything else. People think that the fitness is just for the body look or the weight loss or whatever. I'm sorry, but everything in your life, your personal relationships, if you're an entrepreneur, it makes those 10, 12-hour days. You're when your mind is feeling better because you're taking care of the body, and they go back and forth and they're having a really good symbiotic nature between the two of them, you can tackle anything easier. All of a sudden, your typical 12, 14-hour days, you're getting them done in 10 hours because you're so much more efficient. You're so much more awake. You're so better fueled. All these things work together. And then you can say, oh, well, now I've got 2 to 4 hours extra to be with the family, hang out with some friends. Or now you can do a 16-hour day in the original 12 that you used to put in. Now you're going to be more successful. This isn't because other people hold you back and stuff like that. Your physical and mental health is incredibly important. And for most people, their mental health, because that's a big thing that people talk about right now, is a direct correlation to how they've let their physical health deteriorate. It's you can argue that all you want. The science is there proving it. Very few people are chemical dependent for happiness.
Yes.
It's an easy way to say, well, I need it. It's more difficult to put that 3 to 4 weeks into physical activity to prove to yourself that you didn't actually need it. A prescription says, oh, look, I wasn't responsible for my whatever ailment. But in 3 to 4 weeks from now, you can prove to yourself that you can do it on your own. It doesn't take that much. The next month is happening anyways. Why don't you prove me wrong? Go find a trainer, go do some exercises, add 20, 30, 40 minutes a day into your life of being more physical, and then please comment in a month from now that you're not feeling better.
I'll tell you right now, you'll be full of bullshit if you can tell me that you don't feel better in a month from that. Seriously,
Yes.
like, and honestly, I'm going to bring in a personal story.
Please do.
Last year, was struggling hard with ADHD. I didn't recognize that it was something that I had, but I was like, yeah, I'm just different. So I fucking left it at that. Through figuring out some shit, I actually went and did the assessment, and he was like, yeah, you're a 9.5 out of 10 on the whatever scale it is for ADHD. I was like, okay, so what does that mean? He was like,
You're succeeding. You are succeeding at ADHD.
I was like, that's entrepreneurship, right? Like, that's a magic power, right? So started the medication, and it dumbed me the fuck down.
Yes.
Seriously, it made me dense as shit. Like, I would take the medication, and I would feel the silence come in, and I would be like, oh, that's kind of nice. But then I got so fucking fixated on doing one thing that I couldn't do anything else. If I was doing a program, I couldn't respond to a text or do that or do that or do that. It was literally, I could only do that, and I couldn't come out of it until I finished it to the T perfectly. So it was it disemboweled me on almost. Like, it literally felt like it took me apart. So after coming back into the health and wellness, going back into journaling, back into yoga, back into meditation, back to focusing on me, I don't want to wake up at 5 fucking a.m. every single fucking day, but I know I need that 35 minutes first thing in the fucking morning to do my journaling, do my meditation, do my yoga.
Yes.
You have to do the simple things for yourself. I know it. I can't lie to myself.
Shawn, thanks
Yes.
for being on. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to run up here how to get a hold of him should you want a consultation.
Yes, please.
I can honestly say, like, he's not paying us to plug his channel, but his clients, friends, whatever you want to call the people that come to you, they see results. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, even if it's just to see what it is he's doing to motivate you, there's that word again, to just be a little bit better, please check out what he's doing.
Just a little bit better. All right, guys. Well, thanks for having me. It was a blast. And yeah, if you need anything or you got any questions, make sure to reach out and we'll do our best to be in touch.
Very cool. Thank you very much.
All right.
So for producer Mac, Shawn, I'm Chris. We're out.
Yes.